Hi, my name is Drew, and you're watching ReadyBudgetGo. If we haven't met before, welcome. I'm glad that you found your way here. And if this isn't your first visit, welcome back. It's good to see you again. It's Monday night, so that means it's time for Ready Budget Game, where I play 12 different savings games and put money toward one of my big goals. I've got $100 in prop money here. I've got 3 10s, 9 5s, 7 2s, and 11 1s for $100. I use prop money because I keep the real money in the bank and just transfer it directly into my high yield savings account. I've also got Happy Mail, and I'm going to swap one of the games in here for a brand new game. Ready? Let's go! I've got Millennial Loteria on deck first, but before we get into that, let me open up the Happy Mail. This is from Eva at Budget Your Life. I have slid open the envelope, but I haven't taken anything out. I remember one thing I ordered, but I think there was at least one other. Anyway, let's see what all is in here. Okay, make sure the envelope is indeed empty. Yes. Hey, that is the safety backer. Okay, very nicely tied up with a bow. Nice thank you sticker. I apologize for the rustling. Okay, it says, "Thank you so much for your order and all of your amazing support. Happy savings. Love, Eva." Okay, great. So we've got a scratcher, we've got another scratcher, and we've got a piece of prop money. So I am going to put these in my Tuesday videos. This 50 will go, let's see. I'm going to keep it back here for now, and when I need a prop note, I will use it. Save this over to the side. And then what I ordered was, I thought I ordered two things. I'll have to look, but I know I ordered this game because I was really excited for it when she launched it. I forget what she calls it. It says Colorful Sparkle Roll and Save, that might be it. Oh, it was also this scratcher. So, two new things. I knew there was more than one. Okay, so this is going to go into the Tuesday binder, the Batman binder. And then this one here we will play, and I will replace one of the challenges. Ooh, and a nice paperclip too. I forgot to mention that. Okay. So let me get all the packaging out of the way here. Okay. Sorry again for the tissue paper noise. And so the game that I'm going to swap out for this one is the last one, which is Flip 7. So that is going to come out. And I'm going to pull all of the money that is in here. It's all prop money. So this has all been saved. It's all in it's all in my high yield savings. That's $66. So we've got another 50 here. Goodness. Okay. So those will come back when it's time to do the condensing. And then we've got all of that. So this goes in here, and I will need these two color dice to tell me what to save. So that will be exciting. All right, I'm going to set these aside for now. I'll set this aside. And let's see. Oh, I'm so excited that I'm like discombobulated, off my pattern a little bit. All right. So all that being said and done, let's jump into Millennial Loteria, which is what we're doing this week because we did regular Loteria last week. So I've got a stack of chips here. Leaning Tower of Chipsa. There we go. And I will give the cards a shuffle and start dealing. So Loteria, if you haven't seen it before, is a bingo type game, but it uses pictograms instead of numbers. It also uses cards instead of bingo balls. And so I'm just going to shuffle these a couple times, give it a cut, and then I'm going to start dealing and marking off squares with the pictograms that come up from the cards if they're on the card. And I'm going to keep going until I get a Loteria, which is a line of 4 anywhere. And then I will save $1 for every chip that's down on the card. So let's see how we do this week. So we've got La Selfie, and that's not on my card. El Prime is not there. El Twitter is not there. El Sushi, nope. El Bad Hombre, no, I think that's my favorite card. El Makeup Tutorial, no. El Juice Cleanse, no. El Boomer, nope. El Web Design, no. El Gender Reveal, no. El Troll, no. Ooh, some on the struggle bus today. La Hashtag, nope. La Succulent, no. El Piercing, there we go. El Gluten, no. El Drone, no. La Notification, no. El Bird, we do have. El Internship, yes. So just like that, El Safe Space will give us a Loteria. El Tattoos down here. El Participation Trophies here. So now El Brunch will also give us a Loteria. El Hipster, don't have that. El VR, no. El Coachella, no. El Vegan, no. El Non-GMO, we have. La Border Wall, we have. So now El Healing Crystal will give us Loteria. Las Bitcoins, no. And there's El Healing Crystal. Goodness. Okay. So we've got a Loteria diagonally, and we're going to save $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 this week. So not much to save, and not many cards left in the deck. So most of them were used. Let's cut those in. I always give it one quick shuffle at the end, which is probably why it takes so long to get a Loteria, but whatever. So $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8. That's right. Okay. So stack those up. We'll put this away. And $5, $7, $8 is going to go into the Loteria envelope. I will do a consolidation at the end, as I always do. So slide that in there. And then up next, we've got Sussed. This is a Would You Rather type game. And I do 2 per week. So let's see what this week holds, because I don't look at these beforehand. So I always give my hot take, honest opinion. Which would I have the biggest problem with? A, sleeping in a bath for a night. B, going out in public with shark face paint on. Or C, giving up social media for a day. Well, I'm barely on social media, so C would be easy for me. I mean, I would miss all my YouTube friends, but of the 3, that's probably the easiest. Of the other 2, I would go out in public with shark face paint on before I would sleep in the bath for a night. So that is going to be it. Um, I can't. That sounds so uncomfortable, and it's not just the water, but also being in that hard bathtub all night. So I saved $2 for answer A, $3 for answer B, and $5 for answer C, and I did answer A, so that's going to be $2. And let's move on to the next question. Which would I prefer my natural scent was? A, rain, B, popcorn, or C, new car smell? I don't know what rain smells like. Um, I don't know if that's good or bad. I definitely don't want popcorn. I don't want to go around smelling like food all day, but I like new car smell. So as long as it's not carcinogenic the way new car smell actually is, that's what I'm going to pick. So that's going to be $5. And we'll save the next one for next week and put $7 into the Sussed envelope. This game is commercially available. It is British. So I don't know where in the US you could get it. I got it at a thrift store. So maybe I'll pick up another deck someday, because I think there's more than one. Up next is the name game. So let me get that out here. And in the name game, the object is to guess the name of a famous person, and you get up to 5 clues. And I need a blocker here. Give me just one sec. There we go. So I'm going to take one out. Oh, come on. Just one. Just one. I've got like 3 of them here. Okay. Face down. We'll put this underneath. Now I save $1 per clue, and if I don't get it after 5 clues, then I save $10. So hopefully I get it this time. I get most of them. All right. First clue is world record. Well, that could be just about anything, couldn't it? I'm not even going to hazard a guess. Marijuana. Still no guess. Gold medal. Okay. Still no guess. Olympics. It's kind of a useless clue, right? If you see the clue gold medal, you assume it's somebody in the Olympics. I still don't know. Last clue is swimmer. Okay. A swimmer known for marijuana with a world record. I mean, the only swimmer that comes to mind is Michael Phelps. I don't know if he uses marijuana, but that's what I'm going with. And it's Michael Phelps. Okay. Well, it took all 5 clues, but I got it, so I'm going to save $5, and I'm not going to do another one this week just because if I get it wrong, that's going to be $15 going into one challenge, and that's a little too rich for me. Especially because I want to make sure that I do, well, no matter what, I will do Eva's challenge at the end, but if I go over my $100 allocation, I just, kick in a few extra bucks. I don't use IOUs. So I don't want to go too far over. So let's go to envelope number 3, and we'll put in the $5. And up next is going to be Dicetropolis, so let me get that out. There we go, and we're playing the 6th game in all of the dice games this week, so we're going to do Knockout. And I did not take out my dice tower. Well, I mean, I took it out, but I didn't take it out of the bag and set it up. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so in Knockout, and let me get a dry erase marker. In Knockout, we're going to pick a knockout number, and then we're going to roll 10 times, and every time we roll the knockout number, it's going to knock out that roll and everything that came before it. So, let me get out which dice am I going to use? I'm going to use the Superman dice for this one, I think. I just have to find them, because I just had them. These are also from Eva at Budget Your Life. She just had a launch on November 15th for her superhero dice collection. So these are Superman. I will also be getting some others just as soon as I can come up for air. It's been a busy week. So let's give it a roll and see what I'm going to use for the knockout number. Okay, it's going to be 2. So let's get rolling and let's see what we save. Okay, 6. So we're safe there. 6 again. 3. And there's a 2. So that knocks out that roll and all the others that came before it. 2, so that immediately is knocked out. 5. And there's another 2. A 3. A 2. And a 6. So we're going to save $6 for that game. And I am going to go one more time. If I end up saving a whole bunch of money, then I am just going to do it the low budget way. So let me grab 6 and clear this off. Okay, let's see what the knockout number is going to be this time. 1. First roll, 5. We didn't roll any 1s last time, so maybe we'll have a whole bunch of them, or a whole bunch of safe rolls this time. 6. 6 again. And there's a 1. Womp womp. Okay. 5. 3. 2. 3. It was almost going to be a 1. Last roll. A 2. Okay, so we made it. So 5, 8, 10, 13, 15. So 15 is the score, but I am going to add the 1 and the 5 together and save $6 for this game. So same as last time. So let me clean this off once again. Using dry erase, it just wipes right off. If you buy the physical version of this, they are all printed on, professionally printed on high quality glossy stock paper. So let's put 6 back and take out 12. And that will be going into Dicetropolis for the week. Envelope number 4. And let's see if we can get through Dicetropolis 2 before I have to cut the video. So Dicetropolis 2, we're going to be doing odd one out, I believe. Yep. So let me read the rules for this real quick. It says roll 3d4 dice. The goal is not to roll any odd numbers. After the first roll, set aside any dice that rolled odd. They are out, and re-roll the even dice. Once again, if any dice roll odd on the second roll, they are also out. After the second roll, save $1 for every even facing die left in play. If all 3 dice are out, save $5. So let me put the Superman die away, and I will get out the 3 D4s. You can get D4s from me if you buy this challenge on Etsy, the physical copy. Link to my Etsy shop is down in the description, as always. So let's give these a roll, and let's see how we do. Okay, so we've got a 2, and a 1, so the 1 is out. Let's roll again. And we've got a 1 and a 3. So all 3 are out. So we're going to save $5 for that game. Oops. I have a hard time drawing or writing 5s. I don't know why. I've always been that way. Ever since I was a kid. Okay, so we've got a 2, a 1, and a 3. So we've already lost 2 dice. But if we can roll another even number, we will only save $1 for this game. So let's see. We did. Okay. So we've only lost 2. So we are going to save $1. And let's go one more time. Okay, a 4, a 3, and a 2. So the 3 is out. Let's roll the 4 and the 2. Even. 2 and 3. Okay, so another one is out. So we only are going to save $1 for that game as well. And since we're here, we might as well finish the whole card. So let's roll them again. 4, 3, and 2. So we lose the 3. Re-roll the 4 and the 2. A 2 and a 3. Okay, so the 3 is out. The 2 is still good, so we're going to save $1 again. So $5, $6, $7, $8 for Dicetropolis 2 this week. There's 5, 7, 8. And I'm going to put these away and clean off this card. And then up next will be Dicequarium, but I'm going to have to pause the video. Usually I get about 16 minutes of footage before I have to cut it. Otherwise, it takes forever to upload. So I'll clean this off, and I will get Dicequarium out, and we'll play that here next. Okay, let me put this money away, and I apologize for the glare. I just realized as I was looking at the screen that there was a lot of glare on probably the last 2 games, so I will fix that. I'm going to adjust the light so that it's not so interfering with this. There we go. Okay, so now we're on Shark Attack for Dicequarium this week. Let me read the rules for this real quick. It says roll 3d6 dice and record all the dice values for that game. Add together only the even numbers. If any odd numbers are rolled, a shark will steal $1 from the total. Subtract the number of shark bites from the total of all even numbers and save the difference. If all dice roll odd, save $5. So this can be a really good saver depending on what you roll. So I'm going to give them a roll and let's see how we do. Oh, all 3 are odd. So we've got 5, 5, and 3. So we've got 3 shark bites. But there wasn't anything to bite from. So because they all rolled odd, we're going to save $5. And I'm going to go again. So a 4, a 2, and a 1. And so we have 1 shark bite. So we have 6 minus 1 is 5. So that means $10 is going to go into Dicequarium for the week. And that, I think, is a good amount. So I'm going to clean this off. And we'll put it away. And I will put a 10 into Dicequarium. There we go. Up next is going to be Fruit Machine. Fruit Machine is, I think, next to the original Dicetropolis, it is the most popular game in my Etsy shop. So it comes with 3 custom dice and 2 A5 dashboards. One of them has the default rules on it. The other has the make your own rules. Now, these are also glossy, so you can write on them with dry erase. And if you want to change the rules, just wipe it off and write in new rules. But I always play by the default rules. So let me close this up and get out the get out the Fruit Machine dice, which are over here somewhere. I know I took them out. What did I do with them? There they are. I put them at the very bottom is what I did. Okay, so Dicequarium dice go away. And these dice come in, and let's see how we do this week. A diamond, an orange, and a cherry. I always, well, I shouldn't say I always, but I'm going to go for the cherries. Roll number 2. Another cherry. We've got 2 more rolls. And 3 cherries. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to be $8. That is a big saver, and I am going to go again. Cherry, watermelon, and plum. This time I'm going to go a little cheaper. I'm going to try for the plums. Another plum. 2 more rolls to get the third one. Cherry, last roll, watermelon. So nothing there, so $1. And I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to press my luck. No whammies. 2 oranges and a plum. Oh, I'll go for the oranges. Why not? 3 more rolls to get another orange. There's 1, cherry. There's 2, cherry. Last roll, watermelon. Okay, so nothing there, so another $1. So I've got $8, $9, $10, and that is what I'm going to put into this game for the week, especially since I've got quicks coming up next, and that can also be expensive, especially the way that my luck runs. So that is Fruit Machine. Let's put this away along with $10. Did I wipe it off? Yes, I did. Okay. Going in. There we go. Okay, up next is going to be quicks. Let me get out the scorecard here. If you haven't seen it before, it's a lot like Shut the Box, but you use 3 dice, and you have to use exactly 2 dice to make a number, and you can use more than one combination of 2 dice per roll. So, or 3, more than one combination of 2 of the 3 dice per roll. So let me get out my quicks dice. This is commercially available. It plays completely differently if you play it as, just a regular game. But I adapted it to be a savings challenge game, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. So, let me get the light back on me here. Get out my Tombow marker, which I use to mark off the numbers I roll, and wish me luck. Okay, so we've got 6 and 9, so I'm going to take the 9 and leave the 6. That's 6 and 9, right? So, okay, 12 and 9, so all we can do is take 12. But I'm happy to take it. 2 and 7. I'm going to take the 2, but we'll leave that 7 because 7s are easy to roll. 9, 8, and 5. I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to leave the 8. The 9's already gone. 4 and 5. So we'll take the 4. Leave the 5. Or we've already taken the 5, rather. 10 and 12, so all we can do is 10. Not bad, we're getting a number every turn. 7, 4, and 5. So 4 and 5 are already gone, so we'll take the 7. And this is why when I had the 7 available earlier, I didn't take it. Had I taken the 7 on an earlier roll, this would have put me out, because the 4 and the 5 were already gone. All right. So we've got 11, 8, and 9. So I'm going to take the 11, and I'm going to take the 8 as well, just because it's late in the game. So we need a 6 or we need a 3. So a 1, a 2, and a 4 would be wonderful. Nope, we got 10 and 12. So I'm glad I took that 8. So that leaves us with 6 and 3, or $9, and that is what we're going to save this week for quicks. Let me get a pen here. There we go. $9. Okay. So I'll put the quicks dice away real quick. I'm only going to play this once this week. This is one that I could play over and over and over and over again, but I want to do other games too, to keep things interesting. Maybe for April Fool's Day, it'll be like Oops, All Quicks or something. And this thing's getting away from me. 5, 7, and 9. And the scorecard. Okay, so up next is going to be Tucano. And this one is another one that has really grown on me. It is a little bit more of a cerebral thinking type game, just because of how things are positioned, but I enjoy it a lot. And it's different, and it's fun, and I may even make my own version someday. So let's see here. Okay. So in Tucano, I'm going to deal 6 cards, and then I will save according to what the cards tell me to do. And that will all make sense once I am done. So here we go. There's 1, 2, 3. Oops, okay. Well, that kills that card. We got the same one again, that's funny. 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so what I like to do first of all is remove the ones that cannot be scored. So this is, how do I describe? So I add up my score depending on what position, what the score is for the position that card is in. So this is in position 1, it scores 1 point. Position 2 scores 3 points, and so on. So this one is in position 4, and this only has a 1 and a 2, so this is dead, so I'm going to put that off to the side. And then everything else can be scored. So let's see how we do here. So 1 plus 3, because this is in the second position, plus 4, because this is in the third. So 1, 3, and 4 is 4 plus 4, that's 8 at the top. And then on the bottom, this is in position 5, so that's 0, so this one's done. And for position 6, if it's even, I use the number on the left. If it's odd, I use the number on the right. This is in the 6th position, so it's in the even position, so it's -1. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So I'm going to save $7 into Tucano this week. If that didn't make a lot of sense to you, I play this game every week, and I have for the last few months. So you can go back and watch my other videos. There's a playlist on my channel, and that will have better explanations and more variety for how this game works. So, okay, so I'm going to put these cards away. Back in their box they go. And then, oops, as everything slides around, that tends to happen as the night wears on. So I have only so much room at this desk. Okay, envelope number 9, Tucano. And then we're going to move on to Dicefecta. And we're playing D10 Dicefecta this week, because that is the 6th card. We're playing card B. Oh, get in there. It just does not want to cooperate. There. Okay, so as I was saying, D10 Dicefecta this week. So let me get the card out and a marker, and we need the dice tower, and we need the D10. You can get, oops, this is the wrong way around. You can get, what in the heck? There we go. You can get the dice from me if you purchase the physical version, and as soon as I find them, we'll be off to the races. There we go. So the physical version will have dice that match, the color will match the color of the game. So D10 is green, and so we have a green D10. So let's give it a roll, and we're going to start off with 5. So the way that Dicefecta works is you keep rolling and marking off numbers until you get a Dicefecta, which is one of these 4 sections completed. And then you save accordingly, and I'll explain that when we get there. 5 again, we already have it, okay. 9. 8. High rollers tonight. 4. Oh, forgot to mark off that 5. A 2. Okay, so a 6 will give us a Dicefecta. 7. 10 will give us a Dicefecta. 9 we already have. 4 we already have. 9 we have. 1. Okay. 1 again. 2 we already have. 6. Okay, Dicefecta. My goodness, that took forever. So this is our Dicefecta here. So we have 3 different ways that we can score this. So the high budget way is to add up all the numbers in the section that gave you the Dicefecta. So that would be 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So the high budget is 22. Medium budget is you save $1 for every space or every number that you've marked off on the card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So medium budget is 13. Low budget is the last number you rolled, which is 6. And so I am going to, I'm going to save 13. We're going to go medium budget today because I have enough for the next game and for Eva's game. So 13 it is. So 10, 11, 12, 13. I ran out of twos, but that is the only game of Dicefecta I'm going to play tonight. So I'm going to clean this card off and we'll put it away. And the die, put that away. Oops. Okay. So envelope number 10, Dicefecta. There we go. Let's move on to left, center, right. So we're going to need the dice tower again for this, and I need the tin. Left, center, right is a game of rolling dice. The star means center, and then there's also left and right on here. So if I roll it and it comes up left, I put a chip on the left. If it's a star, it goes in the middle. If it's right, it goes to the right. I start with 3. Each die has 3 of these little circle spots on there. Every time I roll a circle, I take another chip into my pot. I keep going until my pot is empty, or until I run out of chips in the kitty. So that is how I play it. Let's roll it and see how we do. And then once I'm done, I save the highest stack. So left and 2 more coming in. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. 3 more chips. 3 more chips. It's going to be a big saver tonight. 1 left, 1 right, another chip. Sometimes this is over in 1 or 2 rolls. Sometimes I get the whole stack. Center, right, another chip. 3 more chips. 2, 3. 2 more chips and 1 to the center. 2 more chips and 1 to the center. 2 to the left, 1 to the center. 2 more chips, 1 to the right. 2 more chips, 1 to the left. And 3 more chips, but I have only 1. So now the circles don't count. We're only looking for left, center, or right. Okay, left and center. 2 center, 1 to the right. 1 to the right. There we go. 1 to the left. 1 to the left, 1 in the center. Nope. 1 to the center. 1 to the left. Nope. And 2 to the right. Okay. So that is it for the game. That took every chip, and it looks like left and center are even, but let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So $9 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $9 there. So $9 it is. That is what's going to go into left, center, right for the week. Oh, goodness. I got lots of money to play Eva's game. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I'm just going to grab the rules out here. We'll put this money in here. I will clean up the left, center, right dice, and I will get out the sparkly dice, and we'll do Eva's Sparkly Savings Challenge here in just a sec. Okay, I've got Eva's colorful sparkle roll and save game out, and I've also got a dry erase marker because this is laminated, and I've got the 2 sparkle dice here. So you give them a roll and you find where the 2 colors meet, and then you save accordingly. So Some of these have dice rolls. So if you roll doubles, like if you get both yellow, for example, then you roll a d8, and that's what it says under here. But I just took all my dice out and kept them here. So d4, d6, d8, d10, d12, and d20. So let's give these a roll and see how we do. Okay, so green and yellow. So I'm going to say the one that's closest to me is going to be the top, and the other one is going to be the side, so it's going to be $6. And I'm just going to keep going till I go, or going till I can't go anymore. Okay, so there's that one. A green and a blue. So blue is closest, and then we go green, so 9, or 3, so total of 9. 1, 2, how am I going to do this? Because I don't have that other dollar. So I'm going to say, I'm going to know that's 9. All right, roll them again. So yellow for the top, and blue is $4. So we were at 9, so now we're going to be at 13. So I've got $5 left. Come on, doubles. No. Yellow and orange, $3. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 back and take out a 5. Last roll, probably. Okay, purple and red. Purple and red, $6. I hope that's purple and red. It's a little hard to tell. Yeah, that's red. Okay, so $6, and I have 2. So I need to get 4 more dollars out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's make sure that I didn't get to roll one of these dice, but that's okay. So let's make sure that the total matches what's on here. So 4, 7, 10, 16, $22. Woo! That is a lot of money for one challenge, but you know, that's why I saved it for last. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Perfect. So that matches. And I am just going to leave these crossed off, and we'll see how it goes in the future. And maybe I can fill in the whole card, and then we'll see how much it saves. All right, so $22 is going into this challenge along with the dashboard. And then what I'm going to do is reset the cash tray real quick. And we'll do some condensing. I'm not going to break the video here. I'll just do what I did last week and reset it kind of while you wait. So let me set the dice tower aside first, and all of this business. We'll put these 50s here. If I need one, if I need a 50, I've got Eva's right there in front. Okay. So 7 denominations, and I have only 5 slots in this cash tray, so some of them double up. This is, of course, not intended as a cash tray. This is a sunglasses case that I use just because it has a lid on it, although that lid is getting kind of grody. But at least it has protected my play money from getting grody. So, okay, 20s, and then 10s and 5s share, and 2s and 1s share. So there's the 2s and 1s. And then the 10s and 5s fill in the last slot. Okay. Ooh, she got thick. Let's see how thin we can make her. So in Millennial Loteria, or Loteria, we have 200, 300, and 50, 70, 90, 5, 97, 99, 400. Perfect. So I'm going to put all of this back. Put that behind the EVA 50. And we'll take out a 100 placeholder. Let me see if I have any more Barracudas. I think they're in here. I don't have any more Barracudas. I mean, I have them. They're available in my Etsy shop, but I don't have any here handy at my desk. That's okay. I'll just use one of these. Okay. On to Sust. And Sust has 100, and 50, 70, 90, 5, 7, 9. Okay, another 100. So that is a little spooky. And it's the exact same denominations, too. Okay, easy enough. Well, next week's condensing is going to be a piece of cake. All right, the name game has 107, so nothing we can do there. In Dicetropolis, we have 100, 200, 300, 400, and 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 97, 99, 501. So that means I can put, I'm adding 50s instead of subtracting them. All right, so 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 101. So I am going to put all of this back. We'll take out a 1. I'm going to put these 4 100s back and grab a 500 placeholder, which I know I have in here. The 500 is the sand crab. The 100 is barracuda. Actually, I'm going to leave that open because I'm going to swap out those other thinner 100s for barracudas. So we'll put this back, take a barracuda, whoops, as I flip it into the 50s. 200, 300, 400, Millennial Loteria. And 100, 200 in Sust. And 107 in the name game. Okay. I'm going to keep that other barracuda in there just in case I need another one, because I probably will. Okay, so we did Dicetropolis. Let's do Dicetropolis 2. And I will reset all these envelopes when the year rolls over. So 100, 50, 70, 5, 77, 79, 80. So we're going to take a 5, 2 2s, and a 1 for a 10. And again, this is more about tracking how each game or set of games does, and also, just using the prop money, it tells me that I need to do it. And doing this tells me I need to transfer the money. So it doesn't just fritter away through my fingers like it would if I just left it alone in my checking account. Okay, Dicequarium has 100, and 50, 70, 81, so nothing we can do there. Fruit Machine has 100, and 50, 70, 81, so nothing we can do there. Isn't that what that one had? Quicks has, try not to pull out the scorecard this week. There we go. 100, 200, 300, 400, and 50, 5, 60, 2, 4, 6. So 466. I'm going to swap this for the last barracuda. 55. So I'm going to take this 11 and swap it for a 10 and a 1. So we'll get a couple bills out of there at least. So still 466 in quicks. Tucano has 100, and 50, 5, 60, 2, 4, 5. So I'm going to take a 5, 2 2s, and a 1 for a 10. Not a 20, a 10. 165. Okay, Dicefecta. Dicefecta has 100, 200, 20, 30, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all I can do here is swap the 2 and the 1s for a 5. But that's still something. It's 3 bills out. So still 235. Excuse me. I hope that didn't come through the mic. Okay, left, center, right. 20, 40, 5, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55. So I'm going to put all this business back. We're going to use Eva's 50 and a 5. 2 20s. 2 5s. I guess I didn't need to take out another 5. And 5 1s. So $55. And then last but not least, Eva's challenge is 15. We know this is 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So I'm going to put all of this back and take out a 20 and a 2. 20, or 2 and 20. Okay. So there we go. That is everything condensed, and that brings us to the end of game night. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, look at how nice and thin that is. Each and every one of you, and the amount of time that you choose to spend me each week. That means more than I can put into words. Thank you so much. Since you watched to the end of the video, I'll talk a little bit more about what's going to happen on Black Friday. I do have a launch coming up between now and Black Friday. In fact, by the time this airs, you will probably have already seen it, and that's going to be the Sloth IRA and a digital version of Fruit Machine. So if those are not already up on my Etsy shop or Ko-fi, they will be soon. So look for those, and then Black Friday, I will be having a sale. It will be on my Etsy shop, and there's also going to be a separate sort of a launch. Not exactly a launch, more like a grand opening, and something special going on with that. So be sure to stay tuned. I will do a post probably on Thanksgiving, and then I will have a video up on Thanksgiving or early on Black Friday, one of the two. So anyway, be on the lookout for that, and a great way to make sure that you stay in the loop is to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will save $5 if you subscribe. Watch my Friday video, and you can see how much I've already saved, thanks to all of you who have decided to join my channel and on my budgeting and saving adventure. So again, thank you so much for watching. I can't say it enough, and until I see you in the next one, take care.